What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we have a Total War Warhammer 1 vs 1 quick battle for you, where I fielded the Greenskin army led by Grimgor Ironhide against my opponent ColdAssHonkey, who has brought a Chaos army led by a Chaos Lord on top of a two-headed Chaos Dragon. Now for my Greenskin army today, I've brought a front line of Black Orcs. Now these are the elite of the elite Orc infantry. They've got 110 armor, they've got 42 weapon strength, and they're just able to take almost any other infantry unit that is thrown at them. Behind my Black Orc infantry, we've got the Rusty Arrows, which are goblin archers, which have an armor sundering effect. Anything that shoots what these guys are shooting is going to do additional damage, which is why I've brought two groups of goblin archers. These units are cheap and they typically are not as effective, but when you combine them with these Rusty Arrows, they're able to make a pretty good goblin firing line. Over here on the left, we've got a goblin big boss who's been put upon a spider. Now when this unit's on a spider, he gains a poison attack, he's a great duelist, and there is just a lot of things and uses that you can use this goblin big boss for. Especially if these guys get on the ground, you'll want to use this big boss to slow him down and try to hold him in place while more units can surround and destroy their leadership. Up here on the hill, we've got the Hammer of Gork, which is a goblin rock lobber, as well we've got a Doom Diver catapult. Now I've made a huge investment in these artillery, so I've made sure to guard them with just two cheap units of goblin spears. If anything tries to come up the hill at these units, we'll go ahead and tie them up with these goblin spears, which will allow the artillery to escape farther up the hill. Here on the right, we've got two units of goblin wolf rider archers. The Morgrub's Mangy Marauders are the regiment of renowned wolf rider archers, and they actually have armor piercing missiles. These guys are very strong, and they're able to do a lot of damage, and they're mobile, which keeps them in and out of the back lines of the enemy, which you can avoid the shields, as well as a lot of the bonuses that you get for attacking from up hills and things like that. My enemy, he's brought a Chaos Lord on a two-headed dragon. This is a very cool lord. He's got both of the potions. He's also brought Foe Seeker, and he is ready to snipe out anything which gets away from the main body of my army. He's also brought a Chaos Sorcerer of Death on a Mana Core. It looks like he has brought Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna, so he'll be looking to cast Fate of Buna on my Black Orc lines, where it will do a ton of damage and keep Spirit Leeching Grimgor, so hopefully to knock my main lord off the field and to break my Greenskins leadership. Now it looks like his front line is made up of chosen warriors, which are the elite of the elite Chaos Warriors. They've got 120 armor, most of them are shielded, they've got high melee attack and high melee defense. These are just overall great soldiers to bring in the front line. However, they are very expensive. Between this and that Chaos Dragon, he is not going to have a lot more money to do anything with. He's also got Chaos Marauders with great weapons and Chaos Warriors with halberds on both sides. Now right off the bat, you can see that he's casted Spirit Leech on Grimgor. This is going to start doing a good amount of damage to my lord. However, in return, I've managed to cast Gork Fix-It on his heroes, and I've gotten my ranged units to surround and start to shoot as many arrows as I possibly can at his lords before they realize that I've brought this strong range contingent. You see that he's had to escape very quickly before taking any more damage on these important units right off the bat in the beginning of the game. You see that these shots continue in, and by the time this Chaos Lord gets away, he's only at half health. Now if you take an overarching look at the battle, you see that the front lines are engaging now. We've got the Black Orcs engaging over here on the left, but they're engaging 4 units on one front, which is giving the Black Orcs a little bit more time to fight back than they would have were he to bring the Chaos Marauders around here to the side. You'll see that he's brought in this Chaos Lord to try to drop in and destroy my front line, which has already managed to break his Chosen with great weapons. He's also brought his Chaos Sorcerer of Death in here, but you'll notice that they're starting to get shot by my ranged units, and additionally they're surrounded by these unit of the Warlord's boys, who just broke, as well as Grimgor is in here, the Goblin Big Boss, and that Night Goblin Shaman. To keep alive, this Chaos Lord has had to pop all of his potions, and he is still broken. He does not have very much health left, but if you look over here, Grimgor is also taken down to about 1/3 health also. If you come over here to the left, you'll see that we have used those Goblin Spearmen to tie up a group of Chaos Marauders who are being peppered with arrows by these mangy Marauders and also these Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. They are immediately broken, and that was my plan, was to hold anything that tried to come up this hill at bay while my archers destroyed them. It's nice to see it play out the way you planned. Additionally, it looks like he has broken a couple units of my Black Orcs over here on the left flank, which I am starting to lose. Now, it looks like the player is making a mistake here, because although he is cycle charging with that Chaos Lord on the dragon and doing massive amounts of damage to my different heroes, he is starting to clump up his Chaos Chosen and his Chaos Warriors here. Now, with my artillery still firing off that hill, as you can see, the Doom Divers flying in here, you'll see that he is just going to start taking massive amounts of damage from these artillery up on the hill. But it looks like my Night Goblin Shaman is wavering and broken. Grimgor is only down to 650 health, and in comes this Chaos Sorcerer of Death trying to charge him, knock him down. And he's trying to do as much damage as he can. Grimgor with 450 health is still standing, however, and providing wog to the enemies around him. If you look here in the front line, he's additionally broken my Goblin Big Boss with his Chaos Lord, who only has 62 health. If I am able to kill that Chaos Lord, that would be the end of this game right here. However, it's not the way it's going to be. That Chaos Lord on that dragon did a huge amount of damage to this Goblin Big Boss and broke him immediately. And although this Chaos Lord is also broken, these two units may have a little bit more fighting left to do in their futures. As you can see, these artillery have just continued to come in here, as well as these archers up on the hill have just been shooting the entire match. He did not have enough mobility with his army to deal with the ranged threats that the orcs brought today. The only major unit he has remaining is this Chaos Sorcerer of Death, which only has about half his health remaining, and while he's trying to cycle charge on these Night Goblin Shamans, each unit of Chaos Chosen is broken. This unit over here of Chosen is broken, and it looks like there's not a lot of units remaining for the Chaos team. With only 180 units left to my 671, the Greenskins are just going to carry the day. That was a great match to my opponent, ColdAssHonkey. Let's go ahead and take a look at the post-game report. Now, if you look here, the first thing that pops out to me is these two artillery pieces got 150 kills between them. If you add that into this unit of Mangy Marauders, who was a champion with 44 kills, you'll see that that's almost 200 of the 450 losses by these three units alone. I call that a great bang for your buck. Additionally, we got these front line of Black Orcs, which managed another 100 kills. This unit of Black Orcs is definitely a champion with 67, and you'll see that even the Goblin Spears got a few kills each, 43 on this Goblin Spears, which outperformed some of these other units. However, those were probably on the weaker Chaos Marauders from the other team. If you look at his team, you see that his Chaos Chosen just did not do well this match. For the cost of a Chaos Chosen, there's really a niche unit, and having an entire front line of them is really not the best case if someone is able to disable your leadership and keep them from harassing. As you can see in the beginning with that slow cast with Gork will fix it, cast by the Night Goblin Shaman, I was able to keep his ranged units from staying in the air too long and picking off my individual weak units. This allowed this artillery just to smash in and overall carried the day. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please subscribe below for more great online battles. This is Black Iron, and I hope you've enjoyed another one of Black Iron's battles.